Hi everyone, welcome back to Window Chats with Robyn, the Instagram Live podcast where I sit by my window and chat with very interesting people. Today we have Randy. I met him on Clubhouse and he is a really cool person and he knows a lot of stuff. And he's here, so I'm gonna invite him in. Da, da, da. I'm working on, guys, I know you're worried, I am working on a Window Chat song. It is in progress, get excited. Revealing it on Wednesday. But that is not why Randy's here. He doesn't want to know about the song, and honestly, I'm a little iffy on it. I only have... Oh,
hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You look exactly like your headshot. That's impressive.
That's like the best compliment ever in this day and age of like facial alterations and manipulations. That's good to know. Thank you. You look great too. And like your voice, and I just want to say you're like killing it. For people that don't know, Robyn is like the Clubhouse queen, moderator extraordinaire. She's like super, super awesome. She always leads our conversation every week and she's just great. I wouldn't have said yes to do this unless she asked me.
That was, everyone that gives me a compliment, all right, I'll send you your e-transfer. But I, thank you. You know what? I appreciate you saying that because when it's so hard to gauge how you're doing in these forums because you don't see people's facial expression, right? So sometimes there's those awkward pauses and you go, oh, did that joke land? What's happening? But I don't know. I sensed that you got my humor and I thought, yeah, okay, we have to do one because Randy is a very impressive person. So
thank you. No, but you're really good at your job and I have to like give you props for that. Like you always lead the conversation, you know what to say, and you're just good and you make people feel comfortable and welcome. So how could I say no to this?
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Well, you know what? I think you learn from, I know when I've had those experiences where I was, oh, that made me uncomfortable. So I kind of just try and keep it chill. I know we have our questions and if we get to them, cool. And if not, whatever. But I just want people to feel relaxed, be who you are. Let's just have fun. Let's share. Let's like support each other. And I mean, I know you, right? I know you don't need my support. You've got your own business. You got stuff going on. But I don't know. I think people should know more about public. Oh, was I interrupting you? Because I saw your mouth moving.
Oh, shoot. Oh my God, the AirPods. I hate technology. Hold on one sec.
I don't think it was the AirPods. I think it's one person at a time on Instagram Live. So I throw shade at Instagram Live because
maybe I'll just get off the AirPods. I'm sitting close enough so that you could probably still, can you hear me properly?
I can hear you.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so then we don't need these stupid AirPods.
No, see, I try and look fancy though, right? Doesn't this make me look more legit? Oh, she's got AirPods. She knows.
Like speaking from a publicist perspective, I have clients that are on Zoom interviews and virtual segments, and AirPods really make a difference with like the sound quality, but my condo is pretty quiet and I'm sitting close to the phone, so it's totally fine.
Do you feel are your clients going to watch and then judge you accordingly?
I hope not. I hope not, because like I'm always giving them a hard time. Like, don't be nervous. It's totally fine. And I'm like, today I was like, I woke up at like 5 a.m. Like, I have to get ready. I have to look good. I got to go over what I'm saying. I got to like totally prepare. So like I get on them all the time. Like, there's nothing to worry about. You're totally fine. It's great. And then I'm like so nervous to do this, but it's just you and you're so easy to talk to.
I do what I can. But I see, that's the thing. I think everyone, once you do your first live, you're going to get hooked. And then you're going to have like Randy, a whole Instagram Live series, RP communication. It's going to be great.
I'm not hooked. I prefer Clubhouse where it's like less pressure for presentation and you just hear your voice. I could do that stuff all day long. But like when you're like there, I'm like, are my eyes looking wonky? Am I looking all over the place? Do I look like I have a mild stroke on the right side? Like...
See, that's the thing. But I refuse to look at myself because I'm like, look, I had a day with the hair. It went up in the ponytail last second. I accepted it. But I look at my guest and then I'm whatever. And then when I watch it to find the clip at the end, I go, dear God, Robyn, what were you doing with your face? But for now, it's totally fine. And this is a no judgment zone. So it's all good.
Everyone's so sweet in the comments. Thank you for your nice words, everybody. You guys are the best community ever.
Well, I think, you put out so much good there, Randy. And how many weeks have we been doing that Hollywood North Clubhouse room? It's been a couple of months, if I'm not mistaken.
A couple months now, and it's been going really well. Hi, Wendy. I see Wendy in the chat. Wendy has a really cool story that we're going to save for Clubhouse tonight. So, Wendy, I hope you're going to be on the Clubhouse room this evening because it's pretty awesome. And I'm like super proud publicist mode right now. So we'll save that for later.
Okay, well, I'm intrigued, but yes, that means you have to tune in 7 p.m. Eastern to our Clubhouse Hollywood North Room. Shameless plug, because why not? Although, I mean, I say it's a plug. We don't really get money from it. We just
No,
kind of do it.
no, it's networking. We meet awesome people and get to talk and like give people hope and inspiration during the pandemic, right? That's all we can do.
That's true. And I find it, I mean, I never would have met you had it not been Clubhouse. So I find all these different ways to connect with people. It's just so many avenues. So I'm assuming you knew Alona and that's how you found the group.
Alona, yes. Alona is my dear friend. I've worked with her for a number of years. She's one of Canada's top casting directors. And she's always sent me clients over the years, people that are looking for PR to help get, like, you know, it's called, is it the P1? The V with the...
Oh, are you thinking of E? Okay, wait. I always say it's E.
It's
It's O1.
States.
It is O1 because
The
I
O1
always
visa.
think it's E1. Yes.
That's it. So basically, if you're an actor and you need an O1 visa, you come to a publicist to help get your name out there. And the more exposure you have, you can use those to submit with your documents to the US. And then they take you more seriously because you're like a legit actor who has press.
So yes, O1. Thank you. In terms of when do you know, and I know we've spoken about this, but for people that don't know, when would you say it's a good time to reach out to a publicist?
I always say it's whenever you have something noteworthy to promote. It's not necessarily if you have like a really tiny role in something. It has to be something that the media wants to talk about. So let's say you book a role with like a large actor. That's something that could be leveraged for publicity. Or let's say you have like a chunkier media role. That's also something that's really good as well. Or let's say it's some sort of social justice film that kind of ties into what's happening with current events. You could also leverage that too. And those are all like really good opportunities to get a publicist to help get your name out there and then also publicity for the project that you're in.
Absolutely. I see, here's the problem. I think every project I do is great because I'm biased and I create a lot of stuff. So I think there has to be a certain level of, I like what you said. Is it newsworthy? In my head, yes. So that's why I create my own news. But I think
then it would be up to me to tell you, like, look, Robyn, this is like awesome. I'm super proud of you. And this is like so great that you had like a walk-on role in this film. But now's not the time. Just save your investment for when you're ready to.
I feel like, I don't know if you noticed my hand modeling in that episode, but I think we should advertise everywhere.
Oh, don't kill me.
Oh my gosh. So just to get a better idea, because I actually think I'm a little in the confused area. Do you do, when someone wants a publicist, do they, I mean, I saw an email on your website, but do they kind of send you an email and do you do a consultation and then decide to take them on, or how does that work?
Totally. So most of my business is all through referrals. So people will connect me with people like, hey, I have a friend that's looking for publicity. I have a friend that's in a project. I have a singer that's looking to promote their new album. Can you do something for them? So they usually connect us via email, or I get a lot of people hitting me up in my DMs as well. So it's kind of like we have to make sure that it's a fit and that you're ready for PR and that I don't have a conflict of interest on my roster, because if I have a talent that's too similar to someone that I represent, you can't take it on because then it's a conflict, right?
Yeah.
Two people are too similar, so you compete with each other.
I didn't, as you're saying roster, of course you have a roster. It's just so fascinating. Like, yes. Oh, I lost you for like a brief second. Okay, we're back.
Yeah, I'm here. I just put on the do not disturb. I realized it wasn't on, so I don't want to get a call on my phone.
Randy, those were my explicit
Okay, guys, Robyn sent out like a rule book like this long with like all of these suggestions of like what to do, what not to do, and I clearly didn't listen to rule number 1, which is put on the freaking do not disturb, because then the feed will get cut out. So my apologies, honey.
No, okay, and I only send out those rules to recent guests because I've collected data from here's everything that's been going wrong. Let's try.
I told you I'm new. I'm new to this game. I'm the one preparing people for it. I don't know the tech stuff. I'm a publicist. We hate tech. We're creative.
Very creative. And that's, I wanted to ask you, I know that was one of the things too. What was one of your favorite campaigns, or even people that you've worked with when you go, oh, this is the most, my brain, I can't believe I thought of that?
I think I would say it was the first cover that I landed for my client, Sonia. She's one of Canada's top health and wellness experts. And the first year of my career being an entrepreneur and working on my own, I secured a national cover for her that kind of like changed her whole career. But I also learned a lot as well, because it kind of basically it exposes you to like a lot of different things where you kind of see how all of the magic behind the scenes comes together. Like a magazine is done like a year before. People have no idea. They think, oh, it's a few months, sometimes for digital, but if it's a print cover, like it's done a year before. I was involved with the photo shoot. I was there for that. I was involved with pitching the story. And that, like at the beginning of my career, was definitely a highlight, because it kind of changed the game for her and changed the game for me, because to get a national cover is a big deal. So now, like, it's happening more regularly, which is nice, but to kind of get that so early on, that was like definitely a highlight. There's been a lot of highlights, but that was one of them for sure.
That's so, and see, as you're saying this, I go, of course, this sounds like a publicist job, but for me, I'm like, oh, wouldn't my agent figure this out? So I just think this is so good to hear these stories, right? Publicists are so key in any, at least I think so, in any actor's journey, once you have stuff to promote. But
Yeah.
it's because you can do that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
oh, a cover. I can't,
Yeah.
Randy, we will talk when I finally become a person that's established. I'll be like, Randy, get me a cover. I don't know what, I don't care what.
It's not that easy. It's a lot of work, Robyn. You have to like bust your ass for that cover. It's not like, hello, bring Vogue, I'd like to get Robyn on the cover. Can you just like do it for me? It doesn't work like that. It's like months of back and forth. There's pitching, there's no's turning into yeses. There's like virtual board meetings. There's like, I remember the day that I landed it, it was like on a phone call with like 8 people in a room, and I was sitting on my couch in my condo and just like firing away. That's why there was such a sense of accomplishment after I booked it, because it was a lot of work. Not as easy as you made it seem, but like.
And also I love that you thought that I wanted to be on Vogue. My fashion sense, that's just the last magazine I ever expect to be on. So that made me smile very much. I want like awkward creator magazine. It hasn't come out yet, so I'll probably create it and then ask you to help me put myself on my cover. It'll be great.
Totally. I'm there.
We'll do a Clubhouse magazine. We'll have a whole thing. Are magazines still in demand?
I feel like nothing is like an actual print magazine where you have the copy in your hands. People love I love print. Everything's digital now. So it's kind of like you could make a cover about anything and anyone and kind of just be like, here's a cover. But the real, I think if you're kind of old school, a print cover, to actually have it in your hand and to touch it and feel it kind of like a book. A lot of people still, even though we're all digital now, they want to like touch a book, feel a book. That's how it is with magazines. So there's always something special about a print cover for sure.
It's true. As you're saying that, I do love a book. I like, if I'm reading a book, that's my lack of screen time.
Yeah.
So why would I put it on a screen? It kind of confuses me. No judgment to those that have the Kindle or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if Kindle's still a thing, but still. Like how I clearly know nothing about the virtual book. But I can't imagine. Have you ever been on a cover yourself?
No, I'm behind the scenes. Why would I be on a cover? No one wants to see me on a cover.
What if you're advertising for, it's RP Communications, right? If I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But have you ever done like your really good headshot, which clearly matches your face, and next to your logo, hey guys, ad?
No, a cover isn't really like in the cards for me yet. I think I need to get to a certain like level in my career. Maybe when I'm like working with like Beyonce or Mariah Carey or someone like that, they want to know the person behind the scenes. Maybe that would warrant a cover, but right now I'd rather get my clients on a cover than myself.
See, that was a test. Your clients asked me to ask you that. Guys, he has your best interest. It's all about the client, and I respect that.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Venusia, you're so cute. Thank you. And Wendy, oh my gosh, you're the best. I'm just looking at the comments. This is so cool.
Oh yeah, everyone's It's also a delay in the comments, which is also sometimes quite fun, where you go, "What? Oh yes, we spoke about that a couple minutes ago. That was fun."
Yeah.
But everyone, I think Instagram's faster today because they know that we need the comments.
PR moves at the speed of light. We are so like fast. Like everything is always late for us, so we have to work quickly. Is this an awkward silence? Robyn, you have questions. Fire away. You're just like staring and nodding. I'm
no,
like, is there a
it wasn't. There is
awkward silence.
there is a delay, and I was waiting for it to catch up. I'm
Oh,
like, oh no, a delay. And then I
oh,
thought if I just kind of
okay.
smiled, it would fix it.
Oh, because
There's
you were like smiling. I'm like, okay, question time.
okay, getting out the questions, the actual questions.
Okay,
Oh, here we
yes.
have one from actual. Ava has one. And then I will go back to these questions if you don't mind. This
Sure.
is improv question.
Of course. Hi,
Do you
Ava.
normally work? Hi, Ava, Clubhouse friend. Do you normally work with an agent slash manager for of your actor clients? Interesting.
Totally, that's a great question. It's a real collaborative piece. I work really closely with the managers and the agents because they're the ones that are monetizing the career of the talent and also booking them their gigs. So then after they book it, the manager or agent would be in touch with me and be like, "Hey, we have this really big role coming out in the fall of 2021. We need to do like a huge campaign around it. Let us know what you're thinking." And then I'm like, "Okay, I think this would work really well. Let's do a magazine cover if we can get that. She should be on all of the morning shows." I kind of like assess where the best placement is. So I do work really closely with managers and agents. It's a collaborative effort so we can like get the common goal out there, which is exposure most of the time. Good question.
I mean, that's a great question. And it's
Yeah.
good to know too that do you work with certain agencies more often than not? Or
I work with
how does the
I work
agent manager find? Okay.
Yep, I work with individual talents that will have their representation, so I work with them on that basis. I don't work with like an agency per se, except for like certain ones. I work with YCAA, and they are a large. They represent a lot of actors, they're agents as well. So they're also someone that I kind of like partner with and work with where they have talent that's looking for exposure on a particular project. I'm like their preferred publicist. So in that case, yes, but the ones that I have currently, if I work with their personal managers.
See, and that makes sense. So you know Jason from YCAA. Okay, there we go.
Yes. Jason is the one that got me into Clubhouse and
There,
brought me into the group and then brought me into the US one, and that kind of like blew up, and the rest is like Clubhouse history, and here we are.
here we are. I know. I met you
Here we
myself. A new friend. Hello, Randy.
are.
Okay, so there still is an awkward delay. I'm going to push through, and I don't know if it's
Okay.
on my end or your end. So I'm going to seem like I'm talking oddly slow. I'm a fast talker myself, but
Okay.
just so you know, prefacing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because like you never have an awkward silence. You're like chatty Cathy, you know? So like it's weird
I,
when you're just like, I'm like, there's a delay.
yeah, it's really hard for me but I like to think this tests me, right? Because I have to work on, slowing it down a bit. So Instagram goes,
Yeah.
okay, Robyn, we're going to challenge. This is your daily challenge, growing as an actor. Slow
Yeah.
it down. I'm like, all right, Instagram. Thanks, Instagram mom. Okay.
And hi,
Anyways, we're
Hollywood
going
Jade. I
back.
see Hollywood Jade in the chat. Hollywood Jade is like superstar, choreographer, Canada's Drag Race resident. Oh my God, and Raj. Hi, Raj. Everyone's like popping in. Raj is like a media legend. Okay, I have to stop PRing everyone. I'm just gonna like talk and
Go
listen to your
ahead.
questions. But thanks for
Well, that's
joining
the
in,
thing,
everybody.
guys. Like, take names down, follow other
Yes.
people, build a
Yes.
community. I'm excited. I gotta. Oh, look at that. That's a delay. Thank you. Okay.
Hi,
All
Will.
right. Oh, yes.
No, sorry, go
I
ahead.
have a
I have to stop saying
question.
hi to everybody. Go ahead.
No, Randy, please. This is your time, my friend.
Stop it.
So I was going to ask you because I love knowing this. How did you create your logo for RP Communications?
To be honest, it's kind of like really simple. And then I kind of went with what I intuitively wanted to do because cream and brown are my favorite colors. But then when I kind of like thought about it more, I was like, do I just do this because like it's my favorite colors, cream and brown, and it has like an R with the P in it, which I thought was really cool. I also was thinking about calling my company RPPR, but then it was too close to PP, like RPPR. So I was like, no, RP Communication sounds more sleek and slick. And I also love cream and brown, but I love the colors too. Like I love how it looks on me as an aesthetic. Like clothing wise, I have a lot of like cream and brown pieces, but I've always loved cream and brown, but cream and brown also feels like home. And that's why I want my clients to feel like when they're working with me, like it feels like home and I want to feel like home to them. So that's why I stuck with it.
I was not expecting such a great response. That was amazing. Not that I had doubted you, but there was so much thought that goes into that basic logo. God, people work with Randy. This is impressive.
You're so sweet.
But you know, here's how I knew that you were good at what you do. So I am Robyn with a Y.
Yes.
And many of people that I chat with add the I. And I'm like, that's fair. It's just my username and everything is Robyn with a Y. And you were very aware of that. And I'm like, yes, this guy, attention for detail. It's like, it's a little test. It's a little test they throw out to people. They don't know it. If they're watching this, they do now. But in general, they don't know that. I'm like, can you get the little details? Yes, you can. Robyn with a Y. Cool.
Yeah, I think respecting someone's name is just like the most basic form of respect and like getting it right. I think it's insulting to people. Like with my clients, I always make sure they're prepared so they know the host's name, they know the journalist's name, make sure everything's spelled right. My team, if there's ever an issue with someone's name that's spelled wrong, I go like ballistic because I'm like, you can't mess up someone's name. It's so rude. Like just pay attention. You know, mistakes, typos happen, but I try to be conscientious about that. So yeah.
But it's the little details, right? And I love that. So how does it work with some name pronunciations? How do you prep your client for that? Because on Clubhouse, okay, go ahead.
Sure. So before every segment, every television segment, every Zoom or virtual interview, I give a call sheet to the clients. So basically it has all of the information about the outlet and also about the host as well. So it has a phonetic pronunciation of the host's name so they can say it properly, and also a bit of a background. I'll try to find like a small bio on them, and then they're prepared for the interview, and they also know more about the host. Hi, Tanya Kim. Thanks for coming on board. Tanya is a legend too. We have all these legends here. Like, this is so cool. My first live with Robyn, and I have Raj and Hollywood Jade and Tanya Kim. This is super cool. So hi guys, thanks for supporting and coming here today.
Because clearly you're also a legend, Randy. So fellow legends. It's honestly, I find this fascinating. It's so hard for people to take a compliment, but I think you are I looked up your clients. I went on your website, did my research. They're very impressive people.
They are freaking impressive. I'm so proud of them. Like, I honestly, like, my heart like bursts for them, and like their success is my success, and I'm so invested in them. Like, I know it sounds a little weird. I don't know how people like might take this, but whatever. I create like a vision board for each client every year of like what I want for them. Like, I want this, I want them to be here, I want them to have this cover, I want them to get this brand partnership, and I kind of like map it out because I'm so personally invested. So whenever they like get something, I'm like so excited for them. And they always tell me like, you make me excited about myself. And that's like the biggest compliment that anyone could ever pay me, but I am heavily invested in all of them. So thank you for saying that. It means a lot.
But I feel your passion coming through as you're saying this. And I can't, the vision board for each client, I kind of had to take a moment there. But that's so, it's like a visual, yeah, exactly. Wendy gets it. The vision board, having it there, something to visually see and go back to and just keep you on track. And I know a lot of people talk about that, but okay, fine. I'll create a vision board, and then we'll chat in a couple of years, Randy. I'll be like, look, my vision board, not Vogue, but we'll do something. It's so, do you have kind of like an annual check-in? How does it work in terms of that relationship with each client?
Because a lot of them, I've worked with them for such a long period of time, I don't do the typical like 2-week strategy meetings. Like, we kind of know what the vision is and the goal is. And if it like changes or we want to add something, we kind of like add to it, but it's not formalized. I find with a lot of agencies, they have like a lot of like strategy meetings, and they have like a lot of let's map out the next 2 years. You don't know what's going to happen, and the media landscape changes so often, and the world is changing at such a rapid pace that you can't just map things out and like be like, this is it, this is how it's going to go. You got to be ready for like the ups and the downs and the ups and the downs. So I find that we kind of like have like, these are like our top goals, let's hit it and let's keep adding to it as well, instead of just having like this concrete map out, or these like excessive strategy meetings, because that can be really stressful too.
Yeah. I don't know if I would, it's just, there's so much you can do nowadays that I'd be the person that's, here are the most unrealistic goals. Have you ever had to kind of okay, let's break them down into SMART goals kind of thing?
No,
Kind of reel clients in?
not
No?
that
Okay.
serious. Mine were top level. Like the first year that I started, I was like, I want a cover for this particular client, and I got it. Simple as that, right? You just ask
That's
the
amazing.
universe, and then you do the work, and then it shows up.
But that, I mean, that's so inspiring though, right? Because for one part, I want to, okay, let's set the bar a little lower but why not? Why not make that vision board and try? Because worst case, it's not 100% there, but at least, reach for the stars and then you get something in between. So there you go.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ah, you're so cool.
You're so cool. You're
I
cool
love
yourself.
You're getting a lot of love for these answers, Randy.
People are
Okay.
so sweet. Thank you guys. Yes, I love you all.
You're just such a cool person that I don't know why I'm saying cool. I can't think of another synonym, but this is my thesaurus is not, at the moment, my thesaurus is my phone and it's being used for Instagram Live. Oh, this was such a cool thing in your bio. Okay, so I'm going to read it verbatim.
Oh my gosh, don't just ask the question. That's weird and awkward.
Can you discuss what it was like doing the President Barack Obama era? Okay.
Yes. Where do I start with that? That is one of like a massive career defining moment. So I'm the publicist for Rhiannon Roslin, who is the CEO and the owner of the Economic Club of Canada. And in 2020, in January, it was one of the last events that we ever did before the world changed. And it was with President Barack Obama. So yes, I did do the PR for the event with President Barack Obama. And it was everything you could have imagined and more. It was crazy. It was super busy. We had 6 weeks to put it together. It was a rock star team at the Economic Club that did all of the event planning and the logistics. And then me and my team, we did all of the publicity for it. It was like a massive campaign. They were everywhere, every major morning show, every talk show, every radio show. It was just like absolute nuts, constantly booked. We had a couple of different spokespeople. Rhiannon led it. She was literally everywhere. And it was just a huge moment, like culturally, it was a big moment for the city. When I think about even the preparation for it, I was there at the meetings with the Secret Service, before Obama came to town, 3 or 4 days before, we had to go have a walkthrough with the Secret Service and Obama's team. It's like us getting chills talking about it. Literally at the Metro Toronto Convention Center, we did a walkthrough with them. We had to go through all these security protocols. We had to go through everything before he even touched down on his private jet. Everything had to be completely perfect. So just to kind of be a part of that moment in history, I would say, you'll never have anything that could be on that level dealing with the president. I think there was 290 private security just for him. And it was just everything was such a well-oiled machine. Hats off to the girls at the Economic Club that put everything together, that was dealing with his team back and forth in 6 weeks to put everything together, down to what exit you're coming in, what exit he's leaving from, where he's walking from, what side of the stage. People started to rush the stage. And this is kind of a funny story because there's all the security there. So they were we were at the back, the PR team kind of making sure everything was fine. There was a couple things we had to handle and deal with. And then I get wired because we had a wire, right? So I had that cool little microphone in my ear and they're could the PR people come to the front, please? Because Obama's leaving the stage. And I was oh, okay, sure. So me and my team go to the front and they're okay, Obama will be getting off the stage. So he's 10 feet away from us. They're so just, can you guys keep people at bay? And we're we're not security, we're the PR people. But they wanted to use the security to back. So I'm okay,
you're
so we're
Secret
Service
end.
now too. I know. Yeah. Right, PR people wear tons of different hats, but that's
this is
they're
such a
security.
cliffhanger.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're okay, he's coming off the stage.
There was a delay.
Thinking,
okay, we're good.
Is it better now? Can you hear me? Oh, there's still a delay. Oh shit.
I can hear you. Yeah, there was a little delay. And this is the delayed part was the PR people were called to the stage because they needed
Oh,
security and then you cut
yeah.
out. And I wanted to know what they needed security for.
Okay, perfect. So as he was coming off the stage, when he first went onto the stage, like all of the media and all of the guests like rushed the front of it. So as they were getting him to come off, we get paged in the air. Can the PR people come to the front by the stage? So we go there, and the Secret Service guy's like, okay, Obama's coming off the stage in like a minute and 45 seconds. Can you guys just stand here and keep everybody at bay? And I'm like, oh my God. So the PR people are like security now all of a sudden. I'm like, but you're the Secret Service. You're armed. You've got guns. What are we going to do with our clipboards? You know, like move, swat people away. So it was so funny that they're like, the PR people, can you guys just keep the crowd at bay? But thank God nothing happened. I'm like, dude, you have like a gun. What are we going to do? So he came off the stage and was like walking off, and we kind of just stood there. Only a few people came, and we're like, okay, can you just keep a little bit back, please? Thank you so much. And then he just walked by, and he was so nice, and he gave us like a big old wave and that $1 million smile. It was pretty epic.
I'm just picturing the polite
Yeah.
Canadians. If you don't mind, just giving him some space. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Don't make me use my clipboard. Oh my
Right.
God.
Oh, I see Jade is saying you're reliving this moment of the mic in the air. Totally. And right, Tanya, I slap people away. Oh my gosh. With a clipboard. Like, what are we going to do? Like, there's armed security, 200 of them, and they want the PR people to just be like, can you stand back, please? Just stay over there. Like, come on. Come on.
Oh my God.
It was a moment.
I'd like to think it's because you have a confidence about you that you're like, guys, I'm here for a reason. Do not mess with President Obama because you have to go through me. And you just standing there makes people go, oh, I don't want to mess with him.
Oh, no. They have Secret Service. I was ready to pull one of the Secret Service to come in front of us. Like, come on. It froze. Can you hear me?
Or if I'm just to myself right now.
Hi, I'm here. Can you hear me? You're frozen.
Randy.
Yeah. Yes. Hi.
Randy, I lost you for. I know you were frozen. This honestly is terrible today. I don't know what's going on.
No. But I'm seeing in the comments, yeah, they put the PR people in the line of fire. That's what I thought. I'm like, I'm unarmed. I have a clipboard. Like, what are we going to do? Yeah. And hi from LA. Hey, LA. Hope you guys are good. Robyn, are you just looking into my eyes, or are you frozen again?
This is the most dramatic sipping of a cup I've ever seen because it's been broken up into chunks. Because the delay is so bad that I see you going like this.
Oh, we're back.
Very broken. We are?
But you just said we're back.
You say that we're back, but I don't know. Oh, God. Oh, we are back, according to Vanuja. Thank you, Vanuja. Oh, this was, I hear the delay on your end. This is very awkward and amazing at the same time. It's a comedy in an interview. You can't get better than that.
Well, you're a comedian. This is like perfect timing.
I do what I can. I love that story though with President Obama. Would you be willing to discuss your experience with the charities, Free Them, and you're also on the board for MJKO. So if we have a little time, I just wanted to touch on that. Okay.
Absolutely. So that's kind of how I got my start in PR. I was doing and still am doing the PR for two organizations. One is Free Them. We're an anti-human trafficking organization in Canada that helps create awareness about trafficking because people don't realize that it's happening here. So amazing people like Miss Tanya Kim, who's been supporting us for years. We usually do an awareness walk every year where we bring like the community out. We have influencers, celebrities, politicians, all levels of government to come out. We bring survivors. You can hear an actual real story from a survivor to see that this is something that's actually happening, not just in Thailand, not just in China, not just in like Calcutta. It's happening in our own backyard. So we've been working really hard over the last 10 years to help eradicate this, to change the laws, to change the legislations, and to support survivors ultimately. So it's been incredible because we've made a lot of progress and strides. And then the other charity that I'm a part of is MJKO. I'm on the board member, one of the board members for them. I'm the communications officer. That charity helps at-risk youth learn life skills through the sport of non-contact boxing. So people don't realize that boxing, there's so many layers to it. There's like training, preparation, there's all of these different aspects. So we go into like the different communities and get the kids engaged. And a lot of the kids come from low income homes, single parent families, and they're just like, a lot of them are broken, and we want to give them like purpose. We want to give them like, you know, to show them that there's like another direction that they can take in life. So they come into the gym and they think they're just learning about boxing, but they're learning about volunteerism. They're learning about building like teams. They're learning about eating healthy, nutrition, the importance of keeping active, the importance of giving back. And a lot of those kids that could have went down the wrong path, their life pivots because now that they see the power of the sport of boxing and they're a part of this community, they want to do better for the community. They want to give back. Every weekend there's like a food program. They're helping people that suffer from food insecurity, and they're serving people food that have been impacted by the pandemic, or just even like in their own communities because of their socioeconomic status. So there's a lot of give back that's happening there, and it's just like my heart explodes because I've seen a lot of those kids kind of grow up under the MJKO blanket where they started off and they kind of come in a certain way, and then by the time they leave, they're just like super empowered. So Miranda and Ibrahim Kamal, who started this organization, they're like, honestly, I call them the patron saints of Toronto because they've just done so much for kids. They're like parental figures to all of these kids that don't have that example of a really high quality person or a person that they can look up to and have that mentorship in their life. So it's beautiful. Oh my God, are you frozen, girl? Oh no,
It really is. And I love that. I know there was, again, Randy, the delays, they are what they are. But just everything that you're saying, right? It's not, you do all these impressive things, you're working with these amazing people, but you're also giving back to such great causes. And I was so impressed. I'm like, when do you find time to breathe? That was just a curiosity.
Yeah, life is busy, but I always say that like, if you have a lot, you should share what you have, because I feel really blessed and fortunate to be able to have things to give back. And Tanya just said boxing has done wonders for her mental health. Oh my gosh, boxing is like amazing. It's like the biggest stress relief ever when you're just like knocking it out there. So like imagine kids that, you know, have anger issues. They're getting it all out, you know, on the bag, right? So that is not them taking it out on somebody else. So it's awesome.
It's not like anger issue. I mean, even I know for a lot of people, when you're stressed, they're like, yeah, I just got to punch something. There's something so, I don't even know if it's meditative. There's some power in punching a punching bag or something. I don't know. I always end up injuring myself, but there is a lot of power for the majority of society. It's quite effective.
Totally.
I know exactly what not to do, and yet I insist on doing it. It's a skill. So.
Yeah, totally.
Can I ask, I know it wasn't part of the list, but can I ask what you envision the future of RP Communications? What is the vision board for that?
Sure. So that vision board is always changing, but I think from a very top level perspective, I want to expand more into the US markets. I have clients that are American, but I want to probably have like an office in the US and just kind of like take this global. I want to work with more talent. I love working with people. I do have a few brands on my roster, but my greatest joy is working with people and kind of like seeing their career just elevate and expand. So I think I kind of want to focus on that, but just do it on a larger scale, and then just do it more North American based than Canadian based. I want to be in Canada and the US as well. Especially, God, the way things are going now, the US is like opened up. We're super shut down. And I have to be in the US. I think I have 3 things already on my schedule for this year to be there for. So yeah.
I see that. I see it being Yeah, I mean, there's so many amazing things that why can't I do it? And you've accomplished so much. And
Thank you.
I just greatly admire you and everything that you're doing.
Thank you
But
so
like,
much. That's sweet of you. Thank you.
but you're awesome. And you're so supportive and you're so passionate. And I mean, who wouldn't want to work with you, right? So you're awesome.
What a nice
Randy.
way to start Monday. Thank you, Robyn. Thank you so much.
Do what I can. Do what I can. I think we hit on pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. So I'm just very grateful for your time. But if there's anything else I missed, please let me know.
No, I think you covered like a lot. This was really awesome to like talk to you and like, yeah, it's different being on this side. Like I said, I was like super nervous, if you could imagine, but you made it really easy. You're super easy to talk to. We have great banter on Clubhouse. So I knew our conversation would be awesome. And I'm just so grateful to everyone that tuned in. Steven, Cliff, I see you in the chat. Thank you. Tanya, your comments are just like making my eyes well up. Thank you. I love you so much. Hollywood Jade, superstar. He's one of my favorite humans. Thank you for being a part of this as well. And Wendy and Venusia and everyone, I see you. So thank you for joining this. You always think like, is anybody gonna like watch this? And I'm like seeing the numbers go up. I'm seeing all the comments and all the hearts. So it's really nice because I've been on a few lives that I've watched and it's like crickets. So it's nice that, you know, that people are here. So thank you, everybody.
Well, I mean, I think you're just a person that people want to support. I think you're just putting so much good out there, right? Like, I don't know. I think you were quite the draw. So thank you for coming and thank you for sharing all your stories and just your, I don't know, just I feel so supported. It is odd. I'm like, I know you're not my public, but I feel like there's just so much. I love this idea. I'm going to create a vision board. I'm going to just so many ideas are generated when I chat with you. So thank you so much, Randy.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. You made my day. Thank you. And I get to talk to you later today at 7 on Clubhouse. So
You do. You
double
do.
whammy of Robyn. Double whammy today.
Yeah. Never get too much Randy. Okay. But thank you again. And
okay, thank you.
Apologies for the delays. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. But you were great. And thank you all for watching.
All right.
Thank you all for your time and your energy. And yeah, enjoy your Monday.
All right. Thank you. Bye, TK. Thank you. You have a blessed day too. I see your comments. You're amazing. Thank you, everybody. All right. Bye, Robyn. I'll talk to you later on the phone. All right. Bye.
Bye.